Something unthinkable is happening in Chrisean Rock's world, and this time, it's not just another live stream meltdown or a petty fight with Blueface. No, this one cuts deeper, hits harder, and has fans genuinely terrified for her son's safety. Because in a shocking twist no one saw coming, Chrisean went online and confessed something so disturbing, so emotionally explosive, that the entire internet froze. But here's the craziest part. While she's breaking down on camera, pouring out her pain and blaming the evil surrounding her life, the very people she points fingers at are firing right back, accusing her of being the danger to herself, to her career, and even to her own child. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, her new boyfriend, a man with street ties and a reputation that screams trouble, is quietly stirring up chaos of his own. Some say he's using her. Others say he's robbing her blind. And all of it is unfolding while Chrisean spirals publicly, emotionally, and dangerously. Something dark is brewing. Something explosive. And once the truth comes out, it might just shatter everything around her. Stay right here, because what happens next will leave you speechless. To understand how things spiraled into the chaos we're witnessing today, we have to start with who Chrisean Rock is, or at least, who the world thought she was. Chrisean burst into the spotlight as the wild, unfiltered, unapologetically messy breakout star of Zeus Network's reality shows. She wasn't polished. She wasn't controlled. She wasn't rehearsed. And that was exactly why fans fell in love with her. Chrisean became the definition of raw authenticity, the girl who would cry, fight, sing, pray, and self-destruct all in the same live stream. Her public persona was built on two things: chaotic loyalty and explosive emotion. When she loves loudly. When she hurts publicly. And when she snaps, the whole internet feels it. But behind the spectacle was always something darker, a fragile woman navigating fame, toxic relationships, and motherhood long before she was ready. And at the center of that storm? Blueface. Blueface, the controversial rapper whose brand has become less about music and more about Blueface and Company's endless reality televised dysfunction. Their relationship was a timeline filled with police reports, fistfights, cheating scandals, and reconciliation videos that aged like milk within 24 hours. Fans called them America's most toxic couple, and somehow, even that felt like an understatement. Still, no matter how destructive things got, Chrisean insisted she and Blueface had something real. She tattooed his face, defended him in interviews, and made loyalty her entire personality. And when she got pregnant, she told the world she was ready to grow up. She wanted to be a mother. She wanted stability. She wanted to break generational curses. But things didn't go that way. Instead, Blueface distanced himself, then publicly humiliated her after his release from prison. In one viral post, he tweeted, "I'll co-parent. That's it. She was the worst decision I ever made." Another Instagram story from Blueface's mother added fuel to the fire. "Some people shouldn't have kids. And that's all I'm gonna say." These weren't just petty shots. They were fractures in a family that wasn't stable to begin with. And as those cracks widened, Chrisean's emotional stability began slipping on camera. Fans noticed. Blogs noticed. Even other celebrities noticed. But then came the twist no one expected. Chrisean got herself a new man, a street-connected boyfriend with money, influence, and a reputation that sent red flags waving across social media. Overnight, people started questioning everything, especially after a video surfaced of him flashing racks of cash on Instagram Live with the caption, "Ain't nobody feeding me. I feed myself." Viewers immediately speculated that the money wasn't his, that he was using her. One fan posted on X, "Chrisean's new man is bleeding her dry. I guarantee she's paying for everything." Another user chimed in, "I heard he's been stealing from her behind the scenes. Watch how this ends." And then there was the most damning clip, a short, shaky phone recording uploaded to TikTok. In it, Chrisean's boyfriend is seen coming out of her house with a duffel bag, while viewers swear they heard a woman in the background whisper, "He took the money. Check the drawer." The video went viral within hours. Meanwhile, Chrisean was online crying, talking about evil energy, betrayal, and feeling spiritually attacked by the people closest to her. She didn't name names. She didn't point fingers. But she didn't have to. Because at this point, the audience had already connected the dots. Something, or someone, was corrupting her life from the inside. And her son, Little Jr., was stuck right in the middle of the storm. To understand how this entire situation exploded into the scandal we're seeing today, we have to walk through the timeline because every single moment pushed Chrisean closer to the breaking point, and every misstep added another layer of betrayal. It all started right after Blueface got out of prison. Fans expected a reunion, a toxic one, yes, but a reunion nonetheless. Instead, Blueface shocked the internet by immediately distancing himself. He went on Instagram Live, saying, "I'm focused on my kids. Not her. I'm done with the drama." But in the next breath, he publicly slammed Chrisean, calling her unstable and claiming she was using their son for attention. The internet ate it up. Fans were split. Some defended her. Others blamed her. But everyone could feel the tension building. Then came the baddies' red carpet premiere. Chrisean arrived ready for cameras, ready to reclaim her spotlight, only to be turned away at the door. According to several witnesses, the producers received a request from Blueface to keep her out, supposedly for his own safety and to prevent a scene. The photos of Chrisean standing outside, surrounded by security, face crumbling, went viral instantly. One fan tweeted, "She looks broken. This is humiliating. They set her up for failure." Another wrote, "This feels personal. Someone wants her to lose it." And lose it she did. That same night, she went live on Instagram, tears streaming, voice shaking, accusing Blueface of trying to destroy her. She said people around her were evil, manipulating her, using her and turning everyone against her. She even claimed Zeus Network owed her $170,000, saying, "They using me. They breaking me down." Zeus immediately denied her accusations, but the damage was already done. Meanwhile, her new boyfriend started appearing more in her videos. He stayed close to her, whispering in her ear, hyping her up, even controlling what she read from the comments. Fans noticed he always had money but never seemed to work. Then the timeline got darker. Day 1. Chrisean posts a cryptic message. "I feel unsafe around my own people." Day 2. Blueface responds publicly. "You unsafe because of the choices you make." Day 3. A fan leaks photos of Chrisean's boyfriend allegedly getting into a fight outside a club. People claim he was yelling at her, grabbing her phone, and shoving her into a car. Day 4. A TikTok goes viral showing her boyfriend walking through Chrisean's house with a now infamous duffel bag, whispering to someone off camera. "She won't notice. She's too emotional right now." Day 5. Chrisean goes live and drops the bombshell. She says she sometimes wishes she never had her son, blaming the evil around her, specifically mentioning Blueface, his mother, and the people who pretend to love me. The internet erupts. Celebrities weighed in. Commentators dissected every second. One YouTuber said, "This is emotional collapse. She's crying out for help." Another claimed, "No, she's dangerous. This is neglect. Someone needs to step in." Blueface's mother posted a shady message. "I told y'all who the real problem is." But the worst was yet to come. After fans noticed her boyfriend flashing even more money online, wearing new chains, driving new cars, the rumor surfaced that he was robbing her, draining her bank account, and manipulating her emotionally. Some allege he's the one encouraging her to lash out at Blueface, because the more isolated she becomes, the more control he has. And then, Chrisean shared Blueface's address online, hinting that she had people who could handle him. That was the moment everything crossed from messy drama into pure danger.
And now?
The internet can't tell who's betraying who, but they do know this. Someone very close to Chrisean is pushing her closer to the edge, and her son is caught in the crossfire. The fallout from Chrisean Rock's spiraling scandal didn't unfold quietly. It hit like an earthquake that shook her entire world. And as the pieces began to fall, the consequences spread far beyond social media. What started as live-stream rants and cryptic posts quickly evolved into legal concerns, family feuds, and a public image slipping out of her control. The first sign of real damage came from child welfare advocates online. After Chrisean admitted she sometimes wished she never had her son, multiple public figures spoke out, questioning whether Junior was safe in her care. One viral tweet from a well-known family rights activist read, "This isn't drama anymore. This is a child crying out through his mother's instability." Fans echoed the sentiment. People began tagging CPS in videos, expressing fear that Junior was being dragged into an environment filled with violence, chaos, and emotional instability. And Blueface? He didn't miss a beat. Almost instantly, he reposted fans calling for Junior's removal, an act many viewed as a calculated betrayal, considering how tumultuous his own behavior has been over the years. One commentator said, "Blueface is acting brand new, as if he isn't a walking scandal himself." Another replied, "The hypocrisy is insane. But he sees she's unraveling, and he's exploiting it." The family fallout intensified when Blueface's mother jumped in, posting a shady message suggesting Chrisean was unfit and hinting that she should have custody. This didn't just escalate the conflict, it exposed years of tension between Chrisean and Blue's family, tensions Chrisean claimed were the root of her psychological spiral. But behind the scenes, the problems were even darker. Sources close to the situation began whispering about financial inconsistencies. According to alleged insiders, Chrisean's new boyfriend had access to her home, her belongings, and possibly even her accounts. Photos leaked showing him wearing designer clothes he didn't have before. The timeline was damning. His luxury suddenly skyrocketed right when Chrisean began claiming she had no money and Zeus owed her $170,000. One source alleged, "He's isolating her. He convinced her everyone else is the enemy, so he can control the money." Another claimed he was keeping her emotionally unstable on purpose, because the more she raged online, the more she alienated the very people who used to protect her. Then came the public hypocrisy. Chrisean always preached loyalty, family, and motherhood. Even when she wasn't perfect, she insisted Junior was her heart, her purpose, her redemption. So when she said she wished she never had him, fans saw it as a violent contradiction of everything she claimed to stand for. One comment summed it up brutally. She said motherhood changed her, but now she's weaponizing her son. That's betrayal on every level, to him and to us. And yet, the hypocrisy didn't stop there. Her boyfriend, who publicly portrayed himself as her protector, was at the center of every moment she broke down. Every time she cried, he was there, not comforting her, but hovering, whispering, shadowing her. Fans began calling him a parasite, someone feeding off her pain. Meanwhile, public perception of Chrisean shifted from chaotic but lovable to emotionally dangerous. Gossip channels dissected every live stream, every tear, every rant. Headlines accused her of neglect. Commentators speculated on her mental state. Her brand, once messy but magnetic, was now viewed as destructive. And then the legal tension began to surface. Blueface's subtle posts hinting he was documenting everything raised alarms. Was he planning to fight for custody? Was he preparing evidence? Was he setting her up publicly before making a private move? One lawyer on TikTok said bluntly, "If he goes to court right now, he wins. Easily." This was the deepest betrayal of all, because despite all their history, all their toxicity, all their chaos, Chrisean always believed that family, especially the father of her child, would never completely abandon her. But now, it seemed like everyone she ever trusted was weaponizing her downfall. Blueface, his family, Zeus, the public, and most tragically, the man sleeping beside her. And as the dust settled, one chilling truth became clear. Chrisean wasn't fighting one scandal. She was fighting everyone, all at once, while holding a baby who never asked for any of this. After everything we've just unpacked, the breakdowns, the betrayal, the alleged theft, the emotional collapse, the family drama, the dangerous new boyfriend, and the heartbreaking comments about her son, one thing is clear. Chrisean Rock's world is spiraling faster than anyone expected. The public image she built on loyalty, strength, and survival has cracked wide open, revealing a woman surrounded by chaos, distrust, and people who may be taking advantage of her vulnerability. Her fans feel betrayed. Her critics feel validated. And her son is caught in the middle of a storm he never asked for. But now you have to decide. Backhand index pointing right, do you think Chrisean was being honest about feeling overwhelmed, or did she cross a line no mother should ever cross? Backhand index pointing right, is Blueface truly concerned about Junior, or is he exploiting her downfall for public sympathy and custody leverage? Backhand index pointing right, and what about the new boyfriend? Is he a protective partner, or is he using her emotionally and financially behind the scenes? There are so many unanswered questions, so many conflicting stories, and so many signs that this situation is far from over. Because if the rumors are true, if that duffel bag video is real, if the threats were serious, if the emotional breakdown continues, then the next chapter in this saga might be even darker than what we've seen so far. So tell me, who do you believe? Who's telling the truth? And who's hiding behind lies and manipulation? Drop your thoughts in the comments, all of them. Hit that like button if you want a part 2, part 3, or even a full deep dive into the next twist. And don't forget to subscribe because, trust me, this story is just getting started.